All right, guys, this is the second part of part 9, and we're going to continue talking about credits. So let's see where I left off at. So I was talking about the daycare pay, and we're talking about credits makes up a person refund. So daycare paid, this is why you're going to ask them on the questionnaire, hey, did you pay any daycare expenses? Education paid, okay? If they went to college, this is where you're going to give them what? Their credit. And if they did go take any college classes, remember they had to have paid at least $4,000 in expenses to be able to get the $1,000 credit. And let me give you an example. What does that mean? It could be student loans. It could be, hey, I had to buy a laptop and some books out of my pocket. That $4,000 could be made up in all different type of expenses, long as collectively it was at least $4,000. Okay. Paid into their 401k. We do know what 401k is. They take that out on their job. And then tax payments. This column right here basically goes over, let me unclick this, over like you may have somebody who own a business or that is self-employed where they send payments to the IRS quarterly. So if you ever have anybody like that say, hey, I pay my own taxes throughout the year to the IRS, all they have to do is give you proof, and then you would key it in there. And guys, keep in mind, everything that we key into the software, we have to have documentation on. Okay. All right. Let's keep moving with this client. So let's talk about our client again. Single, W-2, and they had one dependent, age 5. So no daycare expenses, no education, none of this. Okay. So it's going to be really, really, really easy for you to do this. And we're at the end. That's it. Once you ask them those questions and questionnaire, you're at the end. And what you're going to do, you're going to see their gross income, deductions, tax payments. Now let's look at this. You always want to go through your credits. Your credit starts right here to make sure that they receive all of the money possible. All right, that you enter into the software. Refundable additional child tax credit, they qualify for 3,600. So remember when we talked about, I think it was part 4, we talked about the child tax credit that if the child was under age 6, they can get up to 3,600. If the child was six up until under age 18, they could qualify for 3,000. So you see their money right here, 3,600. And for the earned income credit with one dependent, they qualify for 3618. So their refund amount is $7,718. But guess what? Are we gonna tell them that amount? No. Cause guess what? You haven't got paid yet. The office fees haven't been added into that. We're minus from that yet. And based on after that number, that's what you're gonna tell them that they're getting back as a refund. So you're gonna come down here, and guys, in this right here, I'll tell you right now, because this is just a demo, the tax preparation fee is not in here. So I'm going to manually put it up in there. I'm just doing $500. Okay. So the amount that they're going to get back after fees is going to be $7,053.15. Now, right here where it says prepare fees, preparation fee, remember, you're on commission. And based on the commission that you're qualified to make, this is the number right here that you're going to base how much you made off of that number. So if you're on 50%, you're going to take that $500 only and times it by 50%. If you're on 35%, you're going to take that 500 times it by 35%, and that's the amount of money that you made. We do not make money off of these fees. These are the bank fees, okay? So we only make a commission off of what? The tax preparation fee only, okay? So I manually put it up in here, but in your software, you will not have to do this. It will already be inputted. So on this client, 9 times out of 10, it probably won't be 500. It could be 399. It could be somewhere in there, but it would be already calculated up in there. So again, you're going to tell them this is the amount before Federal refund amount, $7,718. It also tells you up here, but keep in mind this is the amount after fees. So the amount of what the refund is gonna be, what's gonna be given to them from the IRS is gonna be $7,053.15. All right, let's do another one really, really, really quick. So we're going to exit out of here. We're not saving it. So it says information will be lost. Are you sure you want to close the refund calculator? Yes. I'm going to show you how to save stuff. But let's go right back over here to refund calculator. And let's do another one. All right. So the estimator is really, really, really easy. Once you get the hang of it, watch how fast we do this real quick. So let me tell you what's on my questionnaire. So on my questionnaire, this person is going to be single, but they have two dependents. They have a 7-year-old and they have a 8-year-old. So they had kids back to back. This time they did go to college and they do have $4,000 in expenses. So let's do this example real quick. So that's my questionnaire. All right, so we got single and they have dependents. We're going to hit next. We know they single. All right, we're hitting next. We know we don't need a date of birth. This is already populated. So on this screen, you're just going to hit next. All right, we got a 7 and an 8-year-old. So this is the child tax credit column. Remember, these first two doesn't matter. They won't be here this year, and we know they don't have an ITIN number. So we're always going to either fill out this one or both. So we have no kids under age 6, so we leave that blank. How many kids do we have under age 6 through 17? Remember, we have a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old. So on this tax return, we have 2 kids. All right. How many kids do we have under the age 18? 2 kids. So we just filled out the child tax credit and the earned income credit part. Once you fill out the field that applies to your client, everything else is irrelevant. Okay. Hit the next button. What type of income? W-2. If all they told you they had was a W-2 income, all of this stuff is irrelevant. You only go to W-2. Let's just key in something. Key in the wages, the federal, and hit next. That's all you do, guys. All right, adjustment columns. They didn't tell us that they had anything dealing with this. And remember, do not put the the education credit here. This is a deduction and adjustment column. This is not the credit column. You're going to hit next because our client did go to college. Now we on the credit column, okay? They had no daycare expenses. They did an education. Okay, so when you're giving them the education, they're asking you expenses paid for the year. We're just gonna put 4,000 there. Okay, student. So there's only one student we're talking about, and you're gonna put the $4,000 expenses there. If you had 2, 3, then you would fill out this. This is irrelevant. We're gonna have one client that went to college. College expenses other than the first 4 years, they don't have any. You're only gonna put the 4,000 there. All right. Everything else is irrelevant because they didn't tell you they paid into their 401k or had paid any tax payments. All right. Boom, you're done. That's how fast it is to do an estimate. All right. Let's look at our credits. Remember, as soon as you get on this page, look at where the credits. You want to make sure that gross income is what you keyed in, but come down here. Addition child tax credit, they qualify for $6,000. Why? They had 2 kids. Each child qualified for $3,000 apiece. Earned income credit, they qualify for $5,900, $5,980 for those 2 kids. But guess what else they got on this one? The $1,000 education credit. So their refund amount is $13,180. But are we going to tell them that? No, we tell them the amount after fees. Again, you know that the tax prep fee is not already built in here. We can go ahead here and I'll bill it in. We'll just say 400. So you know whatever your percentage is, you times that by the 400 and that's how much you made off of this tax return. So the average person makes on the low end, I'll say 120 all the way up per client. And it's not going to take you long to prepare their taxes. Once you key that in, this is so their total fees. And the total fees, this is not the amount. You don't make your percentage off of the 564.85 because the total fees include the tax preparation fee and those bank fees that we talked about. But this is the amount that you're going to tell them. It's right here. Estimated net amount you receive, $12,615.15. Easy, easy, easy. Let's run through one more. We're not going to save it. Coming right back over here to the left, refund calculator. All right. And guys, I'm telling you, this is what I'm talking about. You should be quoting the estimate less than 30 seconds. Let's talk about this client. We're going to say this client is, let's just say they're head of household with one dependent, age 2. We'll just do something simple. All right. So because they're head of household, we're going to do single and a house on here in the dependent. You hit next, hit head of household, put it there. You hit next. Remember, this is already populated. We don't need a date of birth and all of this stuff to do an estimate. If you have the information, good. If you don't, great. Next, we only have one child. So we know this child qualifies under age 6. We're done with that field. Coming down here, they qualify for earned income credit being under age 18. We're done with that field. You're going to hit next. We're going to say W-2 wages again. We looked at the last check stub. The gross net was, let's just say, $9,000. The federal withholdings was, let's just say they went tax exempt and they didn't have anything taken out because a lot of people do that. We hit next. They had no adjustments and deductions. We hit next. They had no additional credits, no daycare, no education credit, no 401k, none of those things. You hit next, boom, you done. All right. They qualify for $3,600 for the child tax credit and $3,069 for the earned income credit. Let's go ahead and manually put in this fee. You won't have to do this in your software, guys. We'll just say $350. Hit back. All right, before fees, they had $6,669. It's also up here. After fees, estimated net you receive $6,154.15. When I say this is the most easiest estimator that I have seen since I've been in the tax industry, very, very, very easy. All right, guys, this is the end of the estimator. The first part of the estimator. The next video, I will be going over the estimator again, but I will be using unemployment income. I would be using self-employment income. I would be using different scenarios of the income section. All right. See you on video 10.